Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 20 of Follow a Sketch February, a hop started by Sandy with Scrapping Reflections, or here on YouTube, State Goddess. Today's sketch is by Tracy Reed Designs, and it's lots of little squares and what looks like a picture, but I am bringing in 6 little baby pictures to go with the bigger one. And that is what I love about sketches, and that may be her intent when she created this, but or just the papers, who knows, but that's what the fun about a sketch. So I have these pictures. It's all pictures from my kiddos' kindergarten graduation in 2015. So I am using this I Love School 6x6 paper pad. I didn't just get it, I've had it. It's been in my stash and I've not used it, from Echo Park. And then I have the School Rules collection also by Echo Park. And I have a few papers left, and then of course these stickers, a few scraps, not many that I can use. I think there's only one scrap in here. But then I want to use up some stash. I have a lot of stash in my school stuff, and like some of the stuff is so old that fell off of the sticker sheet. I have like 4 of these little pen tabs left, just all the little things that are loosey-goosey hanging out. I thought that I could use on this. This is a really good layout for adding in little embellishments. So I am hoping to get as much of this used up as I can. So I have my papers, including my paper pad, my embellishments with this embellishment pack and the odds and ends, my pictures, and of course this sketch. So let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to preface this video by saying I failed geometry. Okay, multiple times. I blame my teacher partially, but not fully. So I'm just going to let you know that. Now, I did measure, I did verify that how big the papers could be and fit on my background page. I don't know. Maybe my page shrunk and I didn't know. I don't know. Anyway, bless my little heart. I make it work. I trim some things up. I move things around. I do love the concept of this layout. I do love the way that it turns out. It is actually very cute in my humble opinion. But it did not, it was not as cut and lay it down as I was hoping. But it's fine. So most of my little 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 squares are from the little 6x6 paper pad. Those little crayons up at the top are a scrap from the School Rules collection. It's the only scrap I had that was big enough. So I have that, and then I brought in enough squares to properly cover this layout the way that I wanted. That is almost, it is very, very close to the sketch, you all. I'm quite proud of myself. I thought I was going to have to like rearrange the whole thing. So I am using Black Marble Shimmer Sprays by Diane Reevely, and I'm intentionally made some bigger blobs, thinking that they were going to be where I wanted them on the layout. But I don't plan very well most of the time. So I had to go in and do a little bit more work later, but I cut a lot of that stuff out. Like overall, it took me like an hour and 20 minutes to do this layout. But I was talking to my mother. I was talking to a couple friends. I was texting friends on my iPad. I faffed around. Of course, like I said, I questioned my geometry. I moved these little squares 72 times. Lots of things. It wasn't just working on this layout. So, and if you're better with geometry, then you probably could get this down in no time. So what I have done is I have distressed all the edges of my little squares because I didn't get enough of that on Sunday with my Scrap Lift Crafternoon. And I had them laid out on my desk where they were going to go while my layout was drying from the splatters, the shimmer spray splatters. say that twice. I mean, say that 5 times fast. Phew, I'm having a hard time saying it once. Good gravy. So I'm laying everything down. I just picked it up and put it on the layout where I had it on the desk. And I am not going to ink all of my little 2¼ by 2¼ squares, but I do ink some of the ones that are white based and that I want to be more visual. Like if there's some reason that I want it to be like, look at me kind of thing, I will ink that. But I don't do a lot of it. So when I get started laying everything down, like I said, I'm really wanting to try and have this laid down very similarly, if not exactly, like on the sketch, because I love it. So here it is after I've laid it down. Okay, so the only difference that I have, I'm about to point it out to you, okay? I've got this bottom space down here next to the where the picture's going to go, and this one up here at the top. But this one right here is where my big blob was, and I wanted that visual, so I did not put a square there. So that is the only main difference with the placement on here that I did. I did fold down that little flap up in the top corner, and I am going to fold the little flap and that third one down on the left. Oh, look at that. Like I was telling myself to do it. And I just had to wipe away the little glue boogies, as Sandy would call them, the adhesive that's on the back of that. And I do pull out my little Tombow thing that I'm test running. Not necessarily happy about, but test running. I don't know. I'm still on the fence, but I'm pretty certain I'll go back to using my Scotch tape runner, even though it's more expensive right now. I'm hoping maybe the price will go down before I run out of the Tombow. We'll see. I keep checking Amazon, and it's like $14 for one refill, and that's just insane to me. I use the tear and tape when I'm not recording, or if it's parts I'm going to cut out, like to matte that white on that red background. I use tear and tape because there's no point in wasting or using the adhesive. I use this adhesive rolls because it's, or the, the guns or the little handheld thing, because it's less time consuming for you all watching, and I like the ease of it. But it's too expensive to constantly use that kind of adhesive. So I use my Nuvo Deluxe for most of my embellishments, and I use my tear and tape, which is above my desk, so it's right in front of me in a huge pile, and I have like inch thick down to 1/8 of an inch thick, different widths, and it's not terribly expensive, and so that's what I usually use. So anyway, I pulled out the embellishment from the school rules, and I decided to add this little frame. The only downside is the paper that it's covering is that backpack paper, but there is a perfect visual of that backpack paper in the top right corner. So I wasn't really all that worried about covering that with this cute little frame, but it fit perfectly, and it kind of shows off this one picture that is, other than the main picture, is the more important one. It is my nephew and my son, who both graduated from the same school on the same day from kindergarten. And so I wanted to put that there. The picture next to it is them as well, but my nephew has got him like in a headlock, or he's on his way to. The one picture I didn't print was him pretty much in a headlock. So I'm adding pens and pencils and crayons, just all the different little ephemera bits that were on these random 1, 2, 3 sticker collections that just had little things loosey-goosey hanging out. I just want to get that stuff used up. And because there's so many colors on this layout, I didn't care that the green wasn't exactly the same green as this Books Make Me Happy. That green crayon under the first picture is not the same color. I don't care. All those colors are, go well together. This little pencil got red. It has red in it, and it matches the red and green that's in the apple I tucked in the top right corner. I am not too OCD about the colors matching in layouts like this where there's tons and tons of stuff. This little chalkboard, that thing that I have cut out, I cut that out of the 6x6 paper pad, and I can't remember what it says, but oh, I think it says, oh, the places you'll go. And what I'm trying to do is, in the sketch, there's little word phrases there and some embellishment. And I wanted to add something there because I put those pictures there specifically because you could see people's heads, like, because we weren't in the front row of the little graduation ceremony. And I thought if I put those things there, I could cover up these people's heads because I don't need to see all that. And so I did, and then I added a little flare from the Flare Hut, and it's like a back to school graduation one. It's got a little graduation cap on it. I thought that was super cute, and I considered adding some more flare because I did want to make sure that I had some more round embellishments because I've got that You Can Change the World, and it's got the globe. In the bottom is that apple with the circle, and so I wanted to at least bring one more circle in, but I thought if I added another flare it would throw things off. So plus this is going to be kind of a heavy layout because that Good Job and Perfect are like really thick plastic embellishments, so they're kind of weighty. So now I have completed my layout. I am going to journal right there where the little journaling spot is. I put a little pin embellishment there. I did pull stickers from the collection and added those in as well. I was hoping to use as much as I could, and I'm really thrilled. I put about 5 pieces of packaging in my used bag that I collect until the end of the month and look at, and it makes me happy to know I've used so much stuff up. So I love the little splatters and how they look. Like I said, I'm going to do my journaling right there. A sweet little face. Oh, that boy. And then I titled this You're Awesome and added a few other word phrases and things in that star paper that I made in a layout or a video a few days ago. So that's it. I hope you all will go check out all the other people who are hopping along and doing Fall Sketch February. You can hunt them down on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook with the hashtag that's in the description. And I hope I see you again very soon. Have a great day and happy scrapping.